Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. And this one is gonna be a long one. So, I am finally returning to GTX 260 content. And yeah, so right here we have my previously best GTX 260 that unfortunately has died. If you want to know more about that, just look up the video I made about that. And here I have a new, basically identical GTX 260. I already pre-tested this one a bit and it is promising. So what I'm gonna do today is mod the new GTX 260, and we're gonna have to remove some of the mods from the old one because I am running rather low on these input filtering capacitors, and also like these were like also completely new caps, like basically never used, so I'm just gonna reuse them as well, and maybe even the volt mod attachment. And yeah, yeah, that's basically the plan. Like, I'm gonna cap mod the card, I will volt mod the card, and yeah, that's just kinda gonna be it. About the background noise, every time I'm soldering, I have to have my window open because my fire alarm, which is directly above the area where I solder, picks up the you know, like whatever comes off the thing when I'm soldering with it, and it has triggered in the past, so I just kind of have to have my window open so I don't set off the fire alarm. So yeah, first of all, I'm just gonna take the card apart because we do need to access the front of it for two things. The first thing is volt modding the core. The second thing is removing the thermistor from the card because well, I'm not gonna insulate it today, but I do kind of want to make it sub-zero ready, and removing the thermistor is one of those steps. Whoop, because otherwise you get cold slow. So, that's the fan assembly. Where do I put that? Here. And yeah. This thing has a rather nice base plate. I don't exactly know if my phase change will still fit with the base plate still on it, but it might. And if it does, I will definitely keep the base plate. It's probably one of the reasons why this card is a bit better at memory overclocking, because it just cools the memory chips better, whereas the other cards like usually just have no memory cooling whatsoever or very weak cooling. That's the VRM heatsink, that stays on, but all the other screws have to go. Also, there's gonna be extended parts of the video where I just kinda don't talk, like I just now. Like, this video really isn't meant to be like your main thing to do. It's probably best if you like watch this on the side while doing something else, not just because of the length, but also because it's not that interesting to see. Like, it's just rather standard mods. It's mods that I've done many times before, just that I've never really shown them off on camera. Well, I did actually make a video about modding my 960, but that one's a patron-only video. Okay. Come off. The card is not delidded yet. Don't think I'm gonna do that today. But yeah. And this should also come off. Yeah. The thermal pad there needs a little bit of... Actually, it can just stay like it is. I'm just putting this back on when I'm done. So yeah, that's the card. That's the thermistor that needs to go. And actually, let's start with that while the desk is still somewhat clean. So I need to get my hot air station. Be right back. Yeah, so yeah, we're just gonna remove this. So this thermistor is the temperature measurement chip for the card. On older NVIDIA cards like GTX 200 series, you have an external chip for measuring temperature. On 400 series and newer, that is integrated into the GPU. And yeah, on the older cards, when you make them too cold, like between like -30, -60 somewhere, these chips start bugging out and they will report like plus 290 degrees or something, which will make the card thermal throttle, even though it's actually not too hot. It's the opposite, it's too cold. It's yeah. And if you remove this, the temperature reading just disappears. Now this is potentially an issue because you no longer know how like warm your core is, but you just kind of have to do that if you want to go really cold on the card. So yeah, you remove this thing and then the temperature reading is just gone and the card can no longer thermal throttle if you go really, really cold. I'm just gonna, yeah, just gonna heat this with the hot air station and then get rid of it. You can also see on the other card I already removed it. That one's also deleted. And you can see how it's no longer there. There we go. That was easy. And that's also the only thing we're gonna be needing hot air for today. Everything else can be done with a regular soldering iron. I'm just gonna wait for my hot air to cool down, then I can move it. It's taking a long time to cool down today. You're not supposed to turn hot air stations off while they're like still hot. So like you gotta just let the fan run for a bit to cool the thing down again. It's at 105 degrees now, 100. It's gonna shut off automatically really soon. Okay, it's done cooling down, so now I can safely put this somewhere else. Okay, yeah, for the rest today we'll be just using this regular old soldering iron. I'm not using my hot plate today because I don't think it's really necessary for what we're doing. Well, for cap mods you kinda want to have a hot plate, but it makes the entire recording setup a lot more complicated because the hot air plate's like this high and then there's the card on top of that and then I need to put my camera even higher and it's already like pretty high up. Yeah, and also just it takes a lot of space. Yeah, so I think we should start with the... Oh, I need the hot glue gun as well for this. Yeah, so let's start with the volt mods, because those are, I think, the most complicated thing. Let's get that out of the way first. So for volt mods, I always use my EVC2. And for that, I have these terminals. They're somewhere in my box here. I have more. There's some. Yeah, they come like in these. You can just buy these. I bought these at a Lidl. And just kind of do that, and then do a very janky thing like this, and then I just kind of like twist them. Okay. And that's the terminal. Then yeah, I'm gonna just put it into like the same location as before, just kind of like hot glue it here. EVC cables come out there, that goes into the EVC, and then these are going to the like feedback pins of the controllers, like that's memory cores on the other side, and then the red cables read the voltage, like that's reading core voltage, that one's reading memory voltage. And yeah, so I need to get a hot glue gun as well now. Okay. Hot glue gun's warming up. It needs a while to heat up, so I guess we actually should do some cap mods first. Because this is gonna take a while to warm up. So, in terms of cap mods, let's first remove the input caps from the old card, because this is all I have left. I have 4, and I need at least 6. So I'm just gonna remove the 2 from that end. And for that I can actually use the bigger tip for the soldering iron. It's gonna make it a bit easier. Oh, so where's my flux? There's my flux. Okay, is it hot yet? Not quite. Okay, now we have flowing solder. Alright, let's see how this goes. Yeah. Okay, that end's disconnected. Okay, we have our first capacitor. Removing things is always more messy than attaching things. We actually only need 6. Like, I could just leave these. I kinda wanna like actually like all of these are the 820 microfarads, and I have this many of them. I think this is not worth extending the video for. So I have the 2 capacitors I need to fully mod the new card, because like there's 2 more caps that I could mod, but I couldn't find the extra 4 that I had, because I wanna like mod every 16-volt cap. Like there's 1 here, 1 there, and then 4 here. I want all of those to have an extra cap behind them. And yeah, so that's what we're doing on this card. This one has different capacitors, interestingly. Wait, is the other one also on 270s? Yeah, but these are like slightly taller. Like these are different. Yeah, so it's still the same orientation. So like ground is always facing like up, or more like that way up. So these should be simple to attach. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna get the hot plate. Like, yeah. So, just put some flux here. And these are already trimmed because they are from the same PCB. And clean the contacts a bit. And then they just go on like that. Okay, this is not a very great connection. I might actually need, yeah, I need the hot plate. This is not working. Okay, I thought this soldering iron would have enough heat, but it doesn't. Time to get the hot plate. I think I can actually, yeah, let's put the base plate back on, because that's gonna heat up as well, and then like store some heat, because the thermistor is off now. That should also like put the cut on more evenly on the hot plate. Yeah. So the hot plate is at 54 degrees right now. It's set to 120. So the card will be, I don't know, like 80 maybe. It's a lot better than room temperature. So the soldering iron will have a much easier time heating the board and actually getting the solder to stick to the actual board and not just the legs of the capacitor, which is what usually happens. Like, you usually have an easy time making solder stick to the legs of whatever you're trying to solder on, but the actual board of like the card or whatever else you want to solder with, if it's not hot enough, the solder will just like kind of not stick to it. Well, hot plate is at 82 degrees now. And let's put it on kind of like this. It's getting a bit warm. Could like put it down like this for a bit. I hope that helps. It is, well, that's not 80 degrees, but well, it's always not. It's a bit colder than it says it is, because that's not 88 according to the hot plate. This is right now, and I can like touch it for a bit without even, you know, hurting that much. Are they getting warm? It's getting slightly warm. Let's just put it down like this. I think by now the hot air gun is also already done, so we can... Let's put it like this. It's a bit meh, but... yeah. So the hot air gun should be good now. Actually, it is not. Yeah, the hot air gun is not even properly done yet. Oh yeah, because the cable wasn't in properly. Oh my god. That hot air gun has like a cable that only works if you like bend it to the right. And if it's bent to the left, it doesn't actually connect. Yeah, so this thing wasn't even heating up. This is gonna be a very long video. Like 2 hours at least. But the flux is slowly getting a bit melty. The board is heating up. Just try if it already does something. Oh, if we're gonna need a bit more. Yeah, I mean, that's a much better connection than before. Yeah. That's like not coming off. Okay. That's good then. Yeah, like you see all the smoke that comes off of this. If that goes up, it goes directly into my fire alarm and it will loudly complain. That's why the window is open, because that like adds enough airflow to not like make this, well, it might still be a problem, like I don't know. If I produce enough soldering smoke, it might still trip. Okay, so that's the two ones we removed back on. And actually, I just noticed I need to trim the legs of these. So I've just decided that I'm gonna remove the other two as well, because those are already trimmed to size. That went well. And then the other one. There we are. Okay, those need a lot of solder sticking to the legs. Okay. Okay. One of them needs to be trimmed the other way, because ground goes up. Yeah. Like that. Yeah, that's a good connection. That's staying. I just touched my thumb with the tip of the soldering iron and didn't even get burned. Okay, I mean, it's not that much solder on this, but it is. Seems like it's decent. It's a good joint. Like, if you can wiggle on it and it doesn't like fail immediately, then it's, well, it's a decent joint at least. Okay, so we have the 4 input caps for the core VRM on, and then there's one more here and one more there. And for those I really need to trim new ones. Okay, so this one should go like that, which means I'm bending the legs like this, and then just be gone. Okay, and then the other one will go this way, like that. By the way, if you're cap modding things, always check where ground is. It's just because, like, I checked, every capacitor on this thing has ground facing upwards. So I don't need to double check because the layout of this card is very convenient. But you do not want to connect a capacitor backwards. That is not a good thing. Yeah, it immediately goes like viscous, liquidy. So the board is like decently warm now. The hot plate says it's at 120. Might be. I'm getting immediately burned. No, that's the wrong one. This is the one. So yeah. And if you're asking yourself why I'm doing input filtering, I did input filtering on my GTX 1060 and it helped a lot. And I've been told that 260s also, you know, gain a lot with input filtering. I didn't really do a proper A/B test, I just started putting them on all the cards I mod. But I'm just gonna trust the info I've been given. And it's not like I would have used these for anything else. These are like ancient capacitors that I ordered many, like literal years ago and never used for anything, because actually these capacitors are pretty bad. They are like literal electrolytics, like they have liquid inside. These are not like solid polymer capacitors. So they are, you know, not great. So I'm just gonna use these up for the 260 challenge and then like order a few more proper ones. I mean, for this they should be good enough. Like, these are 470 microfarads. Just for bulk input filtering, these should be fine. No, that one's not properly connected yet. Needs more solder. Okay. That's the input caps. Not the straightest soldering ever, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So, is the hot glue gun done now? Yes, it is. So, what I'm gonna do is put some hot glue on here. Just a bunch. And then just kind of put this thing on. And let's put some around it as well. This is a pretty big mess. Like, I am kind of making a mess, but I'm fine with that. So, because I find a little bit of hot glue a better solution than having cables just hanging off all over the card, waiting to get tangled somewhere and rip something off the board. Also, this way I can just like plug in like 4 cables, boop, that just goes straight to the EVC, which is just very convenient. Yeah, so this is probably not gonna fully harden out as long as the thing is on the hot plate, but it's on now for the volt mods. And yeah, should we actually do the volt mods? I wanted to do that first. So yeah, just gonna put the old card for reference so I know which pin it goes to. This is stable enough to not just fall off. Yeah, so it goes to the lower side of that capacitor. Okay, I need the smaller tip for that. Gonna have to wait a little bit for that to heat up. In the meantime, pretty dusty. Let's put a little bit of flux. Okay. And yeah. Now I need a cable. So strip the end of this. There we go. Put a little bit of flux on this end as well. Let's pre-tin it. Okay. Yeah, which angle is like the best to get at this now? Like half the work of soldering is just like finding the correct angle to solder to something. Okay, it was that side of that capacitor. Now I just put a blob of stuff on that cable. The light is not great either. This is the hardest thing that's gonna happen today in this video. Because if I mess something up here, then the card is pretty much dead. Ooh. Ooh, that looks smooth. Is that on correctly? Yes, it is. Okay, now I just need to like not pull on it or I will kill the card. Does this fit through here? It does. It does. But actually like so let's cut the cable first. That's way more than I need, but let's just be sure I can reuse the rest later. I just kinda wanna put it like through here. So that when I pull on it, I won't put the entire load on the joint. And this can then go in there. Let's route it around like that, and then I don't even need to cut anything. So, cable stripper. Pre-tin that as well. And then we can just put it into the terminal, and then we connect a EBC hookup to the other side. And then we have core voltage control. Okay. Ah, it's still warm. Okay. I need to be a bit... Nah, I'm just gonna use... Where's my thing? And also the screwdriver for the terminal thing. So let's loosen this out all the way. And put that thing in. Alright, that's in. Yep, that's properly connected. That's pretty much the hardest part of today done. I will glue this down with a little bit more hot glue. The hot glue gun lost power again. I don't know if it still works. Looks like it still does. So that the cable just kind of stays where it is. Since I don't want to be putting any load on that solder point. Okay. Alright, then Next would be voltage sense for the it would probably be a good idea to do the cap mods now, because all the other cables need to go like somewhere around here, and I don't want to have to be soldering capacitors around those cables. I would much rather have the capacitors first and then like route the cables around them. So let's do cap mods, and I'm gonna start with all the multilayer ceramics. So I'm just gonna shower the backside of the core in a bunch of flux. Because I'm gonna be stacking some multilayer ceramics there now. I just need to pick some from my bin of salvaged stuff, because I don't actually have any new multilayer ceramics. All the ones that I have are just kind of like salvaged off of dead cards. I've been meaning to buy some new ones, and I will once I like order the new 16-volt caps as well. It's just that for now I don't have any new multilayer ceramics, which is not that great, because, you know, they are reused components and there's a higher chance of them being damaged by me desoldering them. And also I have no idea what spec they are. Like, they could have been part of like some high voltage input filter, or just like super low capacitance, or, you know, yeah. So there's a bit of, this is not gonna be as effective as just like, I would probably buy like a bunch of like the same size. I think these are 0806 or something like that. Or 0802, I'm not entirely sure. Like 47 microfarad is probably what I would get, and then just like stack that behind the core and some. Oh, that's actually a smaller one. Yeah, like stack that behind the core and like the memory chips. Okay, I think that's enough for now. So yeah, it's gonna have to be. This is also like the second hardest thing from today. Not really. I could actually like use the hot air station to cheat a little bit. I think I might do that. I'm just gonna pre-tin . Okay, that should be all of them, right? Doesn't want to stick to that side. Oh, now it does. Okay. What I could do is just like stick them on and then get the hot air and then just wait for the solder to liquefy. Which I guess is kind of what I should be doing, because that sounds a lot easier. I'm gonna try the soldering iron first, and if that doesn't work well, then I'm gonna use the hot air cheat. Yeah, that one's not entirely level. That one's like sticking up on one side slightly. Yeah, I should probably like put them on a little bit so that they're like secured, and then just take the hot air and like have them attach properly, because I cannot really do this that well. Yeah, so like these two are on now. Let's try the hot air again. So if I now take the hot air and just kind of hold down on it, the solder should, you know, due to surface tension when it's liquid, just kind of like pull it to where it should be. So I should turn down the fan speed a little bit. This step just kind of spreads flux all over your board if you didn't notice. Also, there's a chance that you popcorn the card by doing this. Looks like it's not quite working correctly. Should actually like put my hot air station to the right of me. To the left. No, not that way. It seems to have been like slightly successful. It's a little bit more level now. But I don't think the joints actually got any better. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to continue doing this, because, yeah, I mean, I'm doing this on camera, and it's always gonna be worse than if I just do it in private. Just kind of like that. I don't solder as good when I'm recording it. So just keep stacking them. Can't really hold on to the card well, it's pretty hot now. And these things do not want to stay. Well, now it's on the soldering iron. It's on the soldering iron again. Okay. Okay. For the rest I need to turn the card, those have a different rotation. Okay. That capacitor is gone. Okay. I have no idea where that just flew. That went well better. Okay. I think I'm just gonna stack one capacitor on top of all the pre-existing ones. On the other card I did it a bit differently. I had like 2 or even 3 at the center and then didn't do any at all on the outside, but that was just really bad for soldering. This one's not really crooked. Why is it so damn crooked? Nah, that one's not that great, but okay. So looks like I am actually running out of capacitors. Need a few more in a bit. Alright, 4 more. And we have 1. Well, that one actually looks like it's not in the best state, so let's just get 4 new ones. Okay. There they are. I shorted something. God damn it. Okay, that's fixed. That was rather painless, that could have been really bad. Yeah, it's not. This is not good soldering. None of this is. But as long as it works. Why did that not connect? Okay, I'll call that done. Every capacitor behind the core now has a body. And now we do the same thing again for the memory chips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22 capacitors. Some of these are gonna be easier because we can just like stack them sideways instead of vertically, but some of them I still have to do. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, one of them is too small again. Damn. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I just keep it at that. Gonna get more when I need them. Okay, so same procedure. Apply flux to everything. Okay. Those multi-layer ceramics on the memory are probably the most important for performance, because I saw like a lot of extra memory clock after I did that on the other card. Okay, that's on. And every time I can stack them sideways, I am gonna do that. I might also just ignore the ones I have to stack vertically, like... that is also an option, because there's not that many. That did not stick at all. That capacitor does not want to be soldered to. Damn. That'll be enough. Why did I not stick? I put flux on you. It's supposed to stick. Okay, that one's one where I have to stack vertically, so I'm just gonna ignore that. This one. That one is also one that has to go vertically. So that one. Oh, come on. What did it do now? That was not supposed to happen. I think I could also like lower the camera a bit more, so you see better what I'm doing. No, that soldering hadn't picked it up again. God damn it. Okay, that's out of capacitors, let's get new ones. One of these is not supposed to be there. Come on. Just stick to it. Okay, let's work with that. We're already going for over an hour. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. And then by the end we might not even have a working card. Okay, one more capacitor. We just reuse that one. No, that one looks damaged. Okay. That hopefully helps the card clock memory a lot higher. And yeah, so I might do some more multi-layer ceramics after this, but not today. This is enough. So on to regular, capacitors now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 capacitors that we can just stick onto the output. So that's 4, 5, 6. And again, they have ground up. Just gonna bend them and then cut the legs off. And also let's put flux on there again. Kind of like that. And we can also use the big tip again, which will be a lot better for just heating things. Let's also prepare the rest. Bend the legs apart slightly. That fits better. I just want to have the legs be on the outside of the capacitors that are already like through it, because that just makes soldering easier. Alright. That does not want to stick. Why does that not want to stick? Why does it not want to stick? Huh? That's a problem. Can we like pre-tin these? Doesn't really look like solder wants to stick to it. Now it's... no, not really. Now it's on. Okay. So I should do these from top to bottom, not the other way around. Is that on, actually? Suppose it is. Nice. Okay. Those are all on, for better or for worse. And now we're gonna do 5 additional ones. 3 of those directly on the output of the memory, and then 2 more at the very end of the memory power plane. And then that will be it for capacitors. So let's do the ones at the output first. Again, same idea. because they're supposed to go that way. Okay, those are gonna be those three. And then the last one, like I'm gonna put one on this thing, because that's also a memory cap. I need to find out the polarity of that one, and then I'm gonna put another one like here as well for the same reason. And then we're done. Maybe not 2 hours then. Oh no, we need to do the volt mod still. We're not done. Did I put flux? No, I did not. So let's take those away from there. Yeah, that all just kind of accumulated on one of them now. Oh, well, it's gonna have to be enough. Okay. It's actually a bit too wide. Still does not want to stick again. I have to just like pseudo pretend it again. Okay. Okay, those are, again, not pretty, but on there. Okay, now comes the time where we actually have to use a multimeter, because I do not know the polarity of any of those memory capacitors. So memory output should be like 20 ohms or so. I'm only reading 0.8. Okay, it's probably because the memory is like very hot. Okay, so that's positive side. And that's negative side. Okay, so positive on towards the core. Like that. I will need the small tip for this one. That is not connected. Now it's connected, with way more solder than necessary, but hey, we got it. So now, probably that capacitor right there. Hey, which side is which? That looks like ground. Yeah, that's positive. That's definitely positive. So positive is up, ground is down, or like ground is right, positive is left. There's still a bit of flux there, but sure, let's put some new one. And a bit more leg spacing. That's a bit too much. That's good. I can't get... Camera's in the way, I can't really get in there. Well, it's connected. Okay. As far as cap mods go, that is done. So, yeah. Now for volt mods. So I'm gonna do core first. I'm just gonna copy from the old card. So core we grab off the left side from that, and then memory we grab from somewhere. Like, I'm using a different capacitor on that card actually. But you know, we can conveniently just kind of like use the same concept. Alright, but first we need core read there. Okay, how long is that gonna be? About that-ish. Okay. And then we just need to kind of put it into that terminal again. That's the wrong screwdriver. Here's the screwdriver. Okay, that is in. And now we're just gonna need to find a creative way to route it. How about... doesn't seem to quite fit. And just like that, I guess. Yeah, I can like hot glue that down later. Well, actually right now. Just go here. Stay. Okay, now we need memory control. So on the old card, we just kind of have it right there. That's the pin we need, and then I just kind of routed it along here. gonna do something similar. Okay, that's on. And now that just kinda needs to go along here, which we will need to make use of hot glue again. It's still cool down. Okay, and then let's just kind of like have it go into there. So we cut it. Okay. Nah, not the best. So with some hot glue again. And that leaves memory read. And it's gonna be a really short wire because it's gonna go from here to there. So yeah, let's just like this. And those things are just kind of like liquefied. Okay. Yeah, that's attached. And now it just kind of needs to go into the last terminal, and then we're basically done. Don't you look at that. Okay, I'm just gonna detach the EVC cables from the old card, since those are no longer being used. There we are. So these are gonna go in here. Okay, and that's it. So, hopefully this is a now modded and working card. So, yeah, let's turn the hot plate off. Put that somewhere. I don't really have that much space on my desk. Okay. So let's put this thing back together. It could use a bit more thermal paste than that. Let's re-spread some of that, but it probably needs more. Yeah, there wasn't that much thermal paste here. I'm just gonna put on a blob. It's gonna be fine. Is it going in? It is. Okay. That's also one of the main reasons why I didn't want to put like any big capacitors directly behind the core, because then brackets like this are no longer going to work. And also soldering them is just a pain in the ass, and they break off easily, and then you just have lots of problems. Okay, that's the core heatsink on. And here comes the fans. Alright, card is back together. I should put my accelerometer somewhere else, it's gonna fall. Yeah, so here's the modded card. Like same basic idea as the other card that has unfortunately died. And yeah, like same thing, really. And yeah, like here again, so like on that card I stacked 3 on top, but then left the ones on the outside alone. I also did these. I did not do that yet. I might do that still. And then on this card I just kind of like stacked one on top of everything behind the core. Then also like most of the memory chips except those 2 where like had to go on top. I just did the ones that go sideways, and yeah. That is it for this card. It hopefully works. Well, I don't know why this card would be dead now. Like maybe there is a short circuit somewhere. Like you can always have like solder that spills somewhere where it's not supposed to go, and then there's a tiny short circuit that you don't see, and things start burning, and then you have a bad day. But really, this should be fine. Like we just did cap mods on a very basic volt mod, not really anything special. Just like a preparation to make the card perform a little better for the GTX 260 OC challenge. And well, this is hopefully gonna not die, and this will be one of my cards. I have another card here like this. I already also modded slightly, as you can see. It doesn't have any motorized ceramics though, and also just like bulk caps here. It has input as well. But yeah, like this card is decent. But the VRM on it gets very hot, which is why I tape these heatsinks on them, but like a third of it is still uncovered because they're not big enough. And yeah, like this is like the backup card. But yeah, like these red PCB ones from Palette and Gainward, they are said to be the best, and my old one was pretty good. I just managed to break it somehow, so yeah. That's gonna be the video. And what did I say? We are above 2 hours. Yeah, so 2-hour video of just soldering. That's just it. So yeah, here's the GTX 260 modding video that people have been requesting. Yeah, so you wanted to see this, here it is. And I think the video is long enough. So thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.